So hi guys, so on this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a model, okay, of a residential like this one, okay, in 3ds max. So since we're going to make an architectural project for the entire house, so this will be a series of video tutorial. So please follow this tutorial up to the end. So you're going to learn more, okay, on how to uh, create 3D models in 3ds max. Okay, so for today, so I'm going to teach you how to import your CAD files, and then probably on the 3ds max, so we're going to discuss how to create your initial walls or perimeter walls. Okay, so to begin with, okay, so we have to check first your drawing. Okay, so to check your drawing, make sure that your floor plan is always in scale of 1:100. Okay, and then remove all your furnitures in your AutoCAD. So but before doing that, make sure that you save a copy of your CAD files. So don't work on the original files. So save a copy and then remove all unnecessary drawings, okay, like your furnitures, okay, toilet and bath pictures, so everything. So retain only the one that you need for creating your 3D models. Okay, so for now we're going to focus on the exterior walls, so perimeter walls. So we need that part. And then once you already done that, next is we need to relocate your UCS icon. But before you relocate your UCS icon, okay, look at your floor plan first. So choose a reference point, okay, that you can place your UCS. Make sure that your reference point is not changeable, so it means it's a fixed point. So for this project we're going to use the property line. So since the property line is a fixed part of this project, so you cannot revise the shape of your lot, okay, but you can revise the location of your house and the shape of your house. So you cannot use this as your reference. So in order to relocate this one, so I'm going to use this corner here as my fixed reference point. So in order to relocate your UCS icon, so on your command prompt you can type UCS. Okay, so we need to check first if this is properly located on the origin. UCS, enter, and then you can type W for world. So it means this is the origin of your AutoCAD. So this is the 0 point. Okay, so we're going to move this one. So you can type again UCS. Okay, and then enter. Then you can type N. Although on your option here you don't have N. Okay, N means new. Okay, so type N. Then pick your desired reference point for your import, this one. Okay, so once it's located there, sometimes your UCS icon did not change. So if that happened, just simply type UCS icon, okay, and then enter, then choose origin or OR. Okay, just simply type OR. So your UCS we're going to follow your point here. Okay, so once you set your UCS icon, okay, remember that UCS, your origin here will be on this part of your 3ds max, and this is the origin of the 3ds max. This is the 00, okay, location. So once we relocate this, so just simply save your CAD files so that you already save your location. And then next is to change your unit. So just simply type UN in your AutoCAD, then on the unit here, change it to millimeter. So we use millimeter since this CAD file is in metric system. So, and then we're going to use the millimeter unit in 3dsmax also. So choose this millimeter and then make the precision to 0 so that we don't have any decimal point when we are going to put a dimension here for checking, and then click OK. Okay, once we save the unit, okay, so I just remove the decimal point now. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so the same, so we don't have, so this one in millimeter. Okay, now once you already set your UCS and then your unit, so that will be the incoming unit to your 3dsmax, the millimeter. So you can block this file. So this, since we're going to import first the AutoCAD, the floor plan for AutoCAD, so we're going to block this one. So we're going to use the W block so to create a separate file for your floor plan. So just simply type W, okay, and enter. So from here, okay, first you have to click the select object. Okay, use the window selection and enter. Then you can use pick point if you want. Okay, since this one's already our origin, click there, then save your file on your directory. Okay, so since I already have here on the import, then let's say name this as ground. Ground floor plan. Then so on the files of type, actually this one is optional, but I always preferred in AutoCAD 2000. Okay, then save. Okay, and then make sure before you click the OK button, make sure to check again the unit. Okay, because sometimes we forgot to change the unit now, so always double check, then click OK. Okay, and then we're going to open the W block that we create, this one. So we need to double check this one first before we proceed for the import. Okay, and just using the zoom extend. Okay, so the origin is still there, the UCS, and then so from here you can use your final cleaning for your CAD file. So what I mean by final cleaning is removing some unused layer. So by simply using your purge command, so just type PU in your command purge. Then from here, so there are still unused layer here, which is the dimension. Okay, so in order to remove that, just simply click purge all. Okay, you can uncheck this one so that no more confirmation asked for the purge. So then click purge. Okay, so once we already removed the unused layer, then click close, then save. Okay, so I'm going to remove this one first. Okay, check again, purge. Okay, save. Okay, so since we already cleaned this one, actually there's a problem somewhere here, which I'm going to show you later how to fix that part. Okay, there's some error here. I'm going to remove this extra line here. Okay, Okay, so once we already fix everything here, okay, so we can now import. So always save before you import. Then go to your 3ds max software. So from 3ds max, okay, so you can click this viewport toggle. Okay, so we're going to use the perspective view. Then click again the viewport toggle. Then from here, okay, so this is the origin of your 3ds max. Okay, so from here, before we import, so we need to set first our unit in 3ds max. So just go to customize, then unit setup. So from the unit setup, first you have to set your system unit setup. Okay, on your system unit setup, make sure now that one unit is equal to 1. So it means that is 1:1 in millimeters. Okay, and then check the spec system, then click OK. And then on your display unit scale, use metric, then millimeter. So the same. Okay, millimeter here, then millimeter here. This one's control the display unit on your what you call this input tab. Okay, so every time you put the value in your input tab, so that will be in millimeter. If you want centimeter, then you can set centimeter. So all the value that you're going to type here is in centimeter. Okay, so since we're going to use millimeter, then okay. So since we set the unit, so we can now import your CAD file. So go to your file, then import, then go to your import folder file. Then here is your floor plan. Open. Then on your dialog box, you have this incoming file unit. So since we set our AutoCAD in millimeter, so the incoming file is millimeter. And then we can double check this one by unchecking this one. So look at this value here. Okay, if this value here is changed, once we uncheck, it means we have a unmatched or mismatch unit in AutoCAD and 3ds max. So let's try to uncheck this one. So still not changed, so it means that we properly set the unit in AutoCAD to match with 3ds max. So once we check on this part, this is your incoming AutoCAD properties. Okay, so here we don't need the entity in others or other setting like layers and color, okay, because this one will going to reflect in your layers in 3ds max. So we only need the one object entity, okay, because we only use the AutoCAD file as your reference. So we don't need the layers of your AutoCAD here. Okay, and then one object, then click OK. Yeah. So this is now our imported CAD file. So to check everything again, you can view this from the top view. Just simply press letter T on your keyboard to go to top view. Then as you can see, this is the origin of your 3ds max with the same location as your UCS in AutoCAD. Okay. Okay, now once we set the import, okay, you need to convert this CAD files, okay, because once we check this one, so I click this one, as you can see on the modify, this is a beast black. Okay, so we need to convert this to editable spline to make it to make your CAD files a little bit lighter, so in terms of file size. So in order to convert this one, so just simply select the CAD files, then right click on your mouse, then on this quad menu, this is the quad menu of your 3dsmax, by simply right click on your mouse. Okay, and then from your quad menu, just simply go to convert and select convert editable spline. So this will become native to 3dsmax, because right now it read as import file, so we need to convert this to a native files in 3dsmax. So to convert this, convert to, and then convert to editable spline. Okay, so this is now. Okay, first we need to create the layer for this CAD files or our reference. So simply select this one, again your CAD, then to create your layer, okay, we have a layer tools here in 3dsmax. Okay, you can find it here on your selection. So that is the layer. Oh, I removed the layer. Okay, just simply right click here if you want to add some toolbars. Okay, then from here, okay, so this is our layer. So to create a new layer, there are two ways. So similar to AutoCAD, you can select this one first, then select the object that you want to add to that layer, or select the object first, then select this create new layer. So this time I'm going to select this one first, then select create new layer, then we're going to create layer name here, let's say CAD floor plan. Then make sure that you check move selection to the new layer, then click OK. So this one's already in the new layer. Now to change the color of your layer, because if I'm going to uncheck this one is turned now into green, because the layer that we create it assigned to green color. So to change that, simply select the full down menu here, then click the color box, then you can select the color here, click this one, then okay. So this one become now the gray color. Now since this is only a reference, we don't want to always select this CAD files here, so we're going to freeze this one. So simply select this, then right click again, then select freeze selection. Okay, so this now is freeze, so you cannot select this one anymore. Okay, but still you can use this as your reference. So because we're going to change the setting again on your snap, so on your snap here just simply right click, and then on the snap option here, okay, make sure that you have your check on your snap to present object. Okay, so these three always should be on check: snap, enable access constraint, display rubber band. And then on your snap setting, we need only to use endpoint and midpoint. Okay, then close. Okay, so since we already have the plan, which is all we already freeze, then maybe we can save this one. So save this on your folder, let's say exterior. So since we're going to use we're going to make an exterior project. So exterior project. Okay, then click save. Okay, so we already had to save this one. Now we can now create our walls. Now before creating the wall, so let's try to make a new layer first for the wall. So simply go to your layer, then let's say wall, then this one should be unchecked since we don't have any selected here. Then click OK. Then to assign again the color, go to your layer, click the color box, then choose the color of your layer wall. Okay, then so we can now start the wall. Now before you create the wall, so simply go to your CAD file first and then double check your elevation. Okay, so since our ground floor is on this part here, so our wall will be terminated somewhere on here. Okay, then so the height of the wall on that area is around 3,400. Okay, so go to 3dsmax. So before we do that, we're going to create the wall perimeter. So if you're going to create a wall perimeter, there are two ways. You can create your wall perimeters inside. Just simply trace the wall inside if you're focusing on interior. But if you're going to focus your model only on the exterior, so trace the perimeter wall on the outer side here. Okay, so in order to do that, so we're going to go to create, then so this is the geometry, this is for the 3D models. Then we go to the shapes, so this is for 2D. So since we're going to trace the perimeter wall, so we need two-dimensional lines. So here you have your selection for two-dimensional drawings. So we're going to use the line. Okay, then from the line, okay, before we pick here, so make sure to double check again. So endpoint, midpoint. Okay, then you can start anywhere here. So since exterior, so we're going to use the outer perimeter of the wall as our reference. Okay, so we can start probably somewhere, let's say I'm going to start somewhere here, this corner here, then pick here. Since you have the windows opening here, so we need to create a segment on this part. So pick point here, pick, and then for the door opening here, so pick here. Okay, then we're going to connect here on the starting point. Just simply click here, then it will ask you about the close spline. So of course yes. Okay, now once we already trace the perimeter wall, so we're going to look at it on the perspective view. Simply press P and then again Alt and Control, scroll mouse. Okay, so this is now the pattern. Okay, now after we trace the perimeter wall, the outside, okay, we go to modify. Okay, so we're going to add now the height of the wall, which is on our AutoCAD is around 3,400. to add the height, so just go to modifier here. Okay, so when I say modifier, so it means in the second tab, because the first tab is the create tab, okay, where you can find all the tools that you need for creating, and then the second tab is for the modifying tools. Okay, so on the modifying tools you have the modifier list, then look here for the extrude command or tools here, or you can press letter E. Okay, and then look for extrude. Actually the extrude is somewhere here. Where is that? Here. Okay, extrude. Okay, now for the height, on the amount here, just simply type 3400. Okay, try 3400. Okay, now we're going to remove the cap. Okay, because this ones look like a solid box or shape, so we're going to remove this top part here and also on the bottom part. So to remove that, on your parameter of your extrude, okay, just simply uncheck the cap, which is the cap start is at the bottom, and then cap start, okay, and then the end cap at the top. So this is now hollow. Okay, to change the display of your 3D model, you can press F3. Okay, so this become wireframe. Then in order to put it back, just simply press F3. Now if you want to see both shade and the line, you can press F4 on your keyboard. Okay, so that is the shortcut key. Okay, now let's go back to your AutoCAD. So we're going to check this part here, this one, the bay window part. Okay, on your front elevation, as you can see, the bay window part here, okay, the height of the wall is much more lower than the main wall, which is 3/4. So this one is around, let's double check. I'm going to get the top of the cornice, and then so it's only around 3100. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. Go back here, and then we go back to your line. Okay, so you can turn off the extrude first. Okay, just simply click the icon here, and okay, now from here, since we're going to separate this part here and also this part here, so we're going to use the segment. Okay, segment, then select this part. Okay, let me check this one is selected. Okay, and then also this one. You can press Ctrl for multiple selection. Okay, once we selected those two bay window, okay, we're going to detach them from the entire spline of your wall perimeter. Okay, so we're going to parameter here on the lower. You can simply pan this one up, then look for the detach here, detach button. Click this one, then it will ask you to detach, then it will create a separate file name. So let's say name this as bay window, then okay, then since we already have the separate file for the bay window here, okay, and then so you can unselect this one now, click that, then extrude. Okay, so you already separate, but now we're going to extrude the bay window. The bay window height is 3100. So we're going to select that. Okay, this one. Then we're going to apply again the extrude on the modifier. Extrude. So they adapt the first amount, so we're going to change the amount now. So 3100. Okay, so this is now the pay window part. Okay, now once we already adjust the height, okay, we're going to create now the opening. Okay, the opening of your doors and window. So first we're going to create the opening for the windows. Okay, so in order to create that, so maybe I need to remove first the shade. Okay, then select the model that you want to modify first. Okay, then since we have this, you can rename this one actually. So I will try to rename this one here. Let's say main wall. Okay, so this is the main wall. Okay, and then this is the bay window. Okay, so select the main wall. Then we're going to add a new modifier. So in order to create the opening, so we're going to add another modifier. So from the modifier list, select here the edit poly. So you can press letter E. Okay, and then choose edit poly. So from edit poly, you can click this arrow down. Okay, you have again your vertex, this one, the edge. Okay, this is the edge, border. Okay, this is the border, polygon. When we say polygon, I'm going to shade first. So this is the polygon. And then when we say element, okay, this entire segment. Okay, so those are the selection that we're going to use. Okay, so to create the opening, we're going to use the edge. Okay, why? Because we need to select, since this is the opening for the window, we're going to do the window first. So I need to select this one here and then press Ctrl, then select another one. Okay, so there are two. Now on your edit poly parameter, that scroll up this one again, then look for the connect, this one. So I'm going to use the setting, connect setting first. Okay, so this is the parameter for your connect setting. As you can see, the amount here is 1, so this is 1, so we're going to make it 2. Okay, 2, and then go check this one. Okay, so we have now the opening. Now this part is the door, so we're going to skip that part. So again, same thing, going to turn off first the snap. Okay, then Control, select these two. Again, since we already input the value here, which is 2, so you don't need to go to setting again on the connect, just simply click the connect button. So you already have 2 here. Then same thing with the other window opening, click this one, these 2, connect. Okay, so once we already provided the opening for the window, we're going to create the door here. So same procedure, select this one and then select this one. Then we need to change the value again, so go to setting, change this into 1, then click OK. Okay, so same thing with the other. Now, since we already create everything on the main wall, so to turn off the edit poly, just click the name. Okay, first we're going to realign the opening based on the dimension given on the elevation. So first we need to adjust the windows opening. So for the window base, so we have the height of 1220. Okay, so this one is 1220. So we go to polygon again, vertex. Now then go to side view, either side or front view. Okay, now once you're already on the side view, simply select the vertex on the lower part of your window opening, so which is this one. So select them. Okay, once you select the vertex, okay, so we have the height of 1220. So we're going to move this one first to the lower part of your wall, so because this is the 0 distance. Okay, then use the move tools, then make sure that you turn on your snap, then y-axis, because we're going to move on the vertical direction. Lock your selection. Okay, make sure that snap appear here or here and anywhere. Then pick your point here, somewhere here, then move downward, align them to the lowest part, which is your 0. Then we move it upward. Now in order to get the exact value, your type in value here. Okay, so this one is absolute coordinate, so it always refer to 0 or the origin. So we need to a relative value because the origin is our origin or 0 value is from here. So in order to do that, so click this absolute mode transform, type in, so it will become relative. Then you type the value on the y-axis, which is here, type 1220, then press enter. Okay, so this is now the 1220. Now next is the opening height of the window. So I'm going to get the dimension. So we have the height of 1200. So this is our window sill or header. Okay, so unlock first, then select this one. So the same procedure, before you move it down, click the lock button, then select anywhere, then move it and align it here. So this will be our now starting point. Okay, and then on the y-axis type 1200. So this is now your window opening. Now for the door opening, of course the door opening always align with the top part of your window opening. So unlock first, select this part, then lock the selection again, pick anywhere but don't pick on the vertex. Okay, then click here. Okay, then you can turn off now again your vertex selection and go to your perspective view, press P and then F3 for the shade. And so this is now your window opening. Now next is the bay window opening. So the same value. Okay, So same 1220 1 2. So uncheck this one first, unlock. So select this one. Okay, so we're going to add a modifier. So the same procedure, edit poly, vertex, no, segment, F3. Okay, make a hole on your wall. Okay, so we're going to start with the main wall. So we're going to add another modifier. Okay, so we're not going to use this first modifier, so because you can still use that later on. So we're going to add this one or another. So look for edit poly again, then you can rename this. Just simply right click and then rename. Let's say change this to opening and press enter. Okay, then you also have again the polygon and so on. Okay, so in order to remove or to make an opening on your perimeter wall, select the polygon. Okay, so from the polygon, select the opening. So I'm going to turn off first the snap, this one. Okay, so this is the opening, then press delete. Okay, select, delete. Okay, so once you're done selecting on the main wall, again select on the opening here, then select on the outside. Then for the main window, the same procedure, add another edit poly parameter or modifier. Okay, then you can rename again this one, opening. Okay, then enter, then select. Okay, you can select here or you can select here. Okay, they are the same. Okay, then polygon again. Next, we're going to create the thickness of your wall. Okay, so for the thickness of the wall, based on your plan, okay, so I'm going to make a dimension. So our wall thickness is around 150. So to add for the thickness, okay, just simply select first the main wall. Okay, and I'm going to close this one first, then add a modifier again. This one we're going to use the shell. Okay, now on the shell you have your two options here, inner amount or outer amount. Okay, so this is the, okay, let's say one. Okay, yeah, and then so this is the outer amount, say 150. Okay, since we trace the floor plan on the outer part of your perimeter wall, so we're going to use the inner amount, so which is 150. Now as you can see, we're going to use the shell, the corner is not as sharp as it is. So in order to fix this part here, on your parameter of your shell, just go to the lower part here. There is a straight 10 corner selection here. Just select this one and then there's a problem here. As you can see, there is a shaded part, okay, an even shaded part. So that is the smooth part of your plane. So in order to remove that, okay, so we're going to go back to your first edit poly here. So we have to turn off this one first. So click the I button, then the edit poly, then go to your first edit poly, select the polygon, again click yes. Now select the perimeter wall, all the perimeter wall, just simply select. If you don't see this red selection, just simply press F2. If F2 is not selected, it only shows the highlight of the edge. So just simply press F2 to show the polygon selection, okay? And then from there, go to your parameter at the lower part, look for polygon smoothing group. So look for this part, okay? Just simply click clear all. Okay, once you select the clear all, then click the edit poly here, then you can turn on now the opening and the shell. Okay, as you can see, so no more uneven shaded. Okay, next, so same procedure with the pay window. Now we need to cover this part. So since that this part is open here, okay, based on the elevation, okay, it should be covered with wall in here. Okay, so all you need to do is just put a line here. Okay, I'm going to create a line, and then since I'm going to create two separate line and I want them in single entity, so just simply check this one, okay, line, then make sure that your snap is on. Since we're going to create your additional wall in perspective view, so make sure that your snap is in three-dimensional also. So check, use the 3 here, okay, this one, so it should be unchecked, then line. Okay, so to begin with, so pick your first point here, then second point here, then just simply right click so it will not terminate because we're going to create another segment. Then first point here and second point here, then right click to terminate. Okay, so to finish your line creation, just simply click again. Okay, so once we're done with the line, so we're going to apply the same procedure with the wall, the one that we made before. So go to your modify, then add extrude here. Okay, then the amount value for the extrusion is, so let us get the dimension. So from here to here is around 300. So extrusion height amount is 300. Okay, then I'm going to add the shell. Okay, so we need the amount on the inner amount. Inner amount is 150. Now, if you remember that we layered this model, okay, so it should be colored cyan like this one. So if ever your model doesn't change your color on the assigned layer color, so just simply select the model that you create. Let's say the wall here, and then a wall this one here, and then bay window. Then go to your command panel here. Just simply click this box, then click this by object, then click OK. So it will adapt now your current layer color. I hope you learned something from this tutorial video. So if you like this video tutorial, please subscribe and hit the like button. See you on the next video.